bisexual people may be the most numerous but the least visible of LGBTQI2S identities. I think traditionally bi, pan, and fluid people have been kind of subsumed within gay and lesbian culture. And in recent years, I think we've begun to understand some of the unique issues that we face, and so we're becoming more visible within that space.
There's been certainly a lack of positive bi-representation in the media traditionally. There's a lot of negative stereotypes about bisexuals, and there's a lot of media that reinforces a number of those. There's a notion of bi now, gay later that some people throw around.
There's more of a pressure to identify one way or the other, and I don't think that that's a fair representation of what I feel inside.
When people tell you that you just haven't decided, it's like, what is there to decide?
I had friends who didn't believe I was bi. I was more concerned about the thoughts of other people than about my own self, about my own growth.
It wasn't until I was in my 20s, my early and mid 20s, that I realized that the feelings that I was having and the impulses that I had were real and legitimate.
I know for a really long time, I felt like if I came out as bi, that it would I'd just be told that I hadn't figured it out yet. And I was told that, in the beginning when I came out, and then I was like, oh, I guess I have to identify a certain way, or I'm not queer enough. And it's no, you are queer enough if you're bisexual, you're just queer, and that's in whatever way that it sits in you, and that's fine.
There was a part of me that just assumed that I was supposed to closet myself, and that any revelation or disclosure of my identity to other people was somehow superfluous.
I think that pressure can come from all places. It can come from society, it can come from different groups, it can come from within.
This idea of being a lesbian or being gay or being whatever, there's always these confines that are put around it of how you're supposed to be within that, and I find with bisexuality it oftentimes gets demonized, and attraction works in so many different ways, whether it be sexual or just romantic or just even if it's just platonic, if that's how their love works, then I think it's incredibly unfair for people to tell them that that isn't okay.
We categorize people quickly into any sort of label or category, but specifically people seem to find bisexuality confusing because it's not spoken about as openly.
We don't have a lot of bi people in the public eye that really represent the many bi people that are living their lives. We need to see other people who are doing those things to make us feel like we have a community.